Episode 325. Tang Ru had stopped replying, but Ye Shu's side of the conversation was still buzzing. He kept up a steady stream of messages with two people while grinding through the dungeon. One of them was Concealed Light. His newly released dungeon guide for beginners was getting a good response, but there were plenty of unpleasant voices in the mix. Some guys were even spouting off without even having read the guide. Concealed Light had spent the whole day reading replies and comments, even getting into a debate with this guy. It only left him stewing in frustration, and now he was pouring his heart out to Ye Shu.
It's fine. It's fine. There will always be voices like that. Just ignore them. Your guide is flawless. If they don't believe it, that's their loss.
But some people come straight to the comments without even reading it first.
They haven't even read your guide, so why bother reading their comments?
I only realized they hadn't read the guide after checking the comments.
Ye Shu was speechless. This kid's intelligence was a bit like Baozi's utterly single-minded. When he'd said look, it was just a figure of speech.
Don't bother with the comments from people who haven't even read your guide.
Ah, the god's words made Concealed Light feel a bit better. But a knot in the heart isn't something that can be untied with just a few words. Concealed Light agreed with Ye Shu's point, but he couldn't help stealing glances at the comments.
He spotted a few more negative comments and immediately started sulking again.
Well, your strategy hasn't reached its full potential yet.
Huh? Ah, but don't blame yourself. Given your circumstances, what you've achieved is already perfect. If you're just watching other people's videos and guides, it's really hard to innovate. Innovation requires experience and time to test two things you're rather short on.
Hey, I'll send you a copy. I've modified some of the more extreme strategies. Did you see them?
Huh?
Was that you, God? Of course it was.
As he spoke, Ye Shu had already sent the strategy document he'd innovated upon to Concealed Light via QQ. Concealed Light accepted the file instantly and began reading. The moment he saw the first revision, he immediately sent Ye Shu a message in-game.
Huh?
It can be done like that.
Ah, I should have realized that ages ago.
Of course it's obvious to you now.
Concealed Light kept watching, sighing repeatedly, as he discussed things with Ye Shu.
How do you usually level up? Quests. Can't get into a dungeon party, is that it? Ye Shu asked. He was well aware of that. Summoners. Especially for newbie summoners, it's tough to find a dungeon party. A summoner needs to command their summons to fight. If you summon too few, your DPS is pathetic. You're basically just slacking off. But summon too many, and if you can't control them properly, it's just chaos. They'll block your teammates' movement, obscure their view, or get in the way of their attacks, all incredibly annoying. So, over time, more and more players grew to dislike having a summoner in their party. When forming a pickup group, it became perfectly normal to hear someone call out, "No summoners, please."
Even though new servers have more newbies, the downsides of having a summoner in your party are undeniable facts.
After a few runs, everyone caught on. So, the habit of no summoners spread like wildfire. Soon enough, the dungeon entrances were once again packed with summoners standing guard, proudly maintaining their honorary title as the gatekeepers of the dungeons.
Right.
Actually, a summoner can solo any 5-player dungeon. It'll be much slower than a full party, sure, but you get more experience when you're flying solo. If you're skilled enough, your experience gain efficiency can be on par with a full 5-player team.
With Ye Shu's skill, any class could solo it. But for the average player with ordinary skills, the summoner class actually holds a distinct advantage when it comes to solo grinding.
Right.
I've tried that too. Concealed Light replied, "Summoners have become dungeon gatekeepers. Most of them are determined to figure out how to solo it. Some persevered, others failed."
Concealed Light clearly fell into the latter category.
Then when you're free, I'll take you there.
Oh, that sounds great.
Thanks, God.
Yeah.
Great one. Are you planning to release this guide too? No, I'm selling it.
Huh?
Sell it to a major guild to help them break records, earn some materials. Oh.
That's incredible. So you absolutely must not let anyone else see it, or it'll lose all its value. Yeah, I get it. He could understand the guide, so of course he knew its value. Ye Shu's modifications to my guide, though few, were nothing short of transformative strokes of genius.
If we're just talking about a dungeon guide, there's no real difference.
But if we're talking about a dungeon record-breaking guide, then Ye Shu's is the real deal. While he was still talking with Concealed Light, another message popped up.
The moment Tyrannical Ambition's new record flashed across the server-wide announcement, Misty Rain's 10th server guild leader, Misty Rain Kang, immediately sent a nervous message to Ye Shu.
27 minutes, 41 seconds. Can you handle that, buddy?
The strategy can handle it. Can you hold the line?
This whole thing looks pretty shaky to me.
Misty Rain's being pretty honest about it.
We have to hold the line.
All eyes are on this record now. Time to make a name for yourself.
If we can't beat the record, can we get a refund?
Told you it wouldn't work, didn't I? Half back? Come on, man. Don't be ridiculous.
Man, this is depressing. Tyrannical ambition is playing way too rough.
You've got time to mope.
Get a team together and start practicing with the guide.
My advice? Get some skilled, experienced players. Train and run the dungeon at the same time. Who knows, you might just surprise yourself and snag the record in one go. Come on, man, don't mess with me. Where am I supposed to find people in the middle of the night? Besides, your guide locks in specific classes. I can't even get a full team together right now.
Impossible. You're being too modest. A guild as big as Misty Rain, and you're telling me you can't even put together a single team? I don't buy it.
All right.
I was being modest, but it really wasn't easy.
Got any other tricks up your sleeve?
That's it, really. It's all in the guide. Doesn't the guide have any key points or something?
Yi Shu immediately understood. Oh, so that's what you wanted to ask. You should have just said so. Yi Shu had been wondering what Misty Rain Kangchang's real purpose was in messaging him. The guy just kept rambling about nothing in particular, like he was just somebody to vent to when he was feeling down.
But Yi Shu didn't think a single transaction with Misty Rain Kangtang made him a suitable confidant. Seeing the conversation pivot to ultimate moves and key points, he finally caught on.
You've already figured it out, haven't you? This guide highlights a few key points. If you can nail those, you don't have to follow the steps to the letter. You can try weaving those critical sections into your own familiar playstyle.
How many of these key points did you manage to identify?
Ye Xiu immediately sent a follow-up message, thinking to himself that the quality of Misty Rain's players was truly exceptional. If he'd known earlier, he wouldn't have bothered preparing such a detailed guide.
7 places. Which 7?
I've marked them up in the document. Let me send it back to you.
All right, said Yishu, giving his email. Misty Rain quickly sent it over. Yishu opened it and saw that these so-called key points were precisely the innovative elements he had revised into Concealed Light's guide.
Misty Rain's annotations were spot on. They'd truly identified the essence of the guide, the very thing that gave it its value. For these elite players, Concealed Light's guide still holds little value. They already have their own step-by-step process down pat. What do they need a guide for? Right, all 7 spots are correct. But there are 2 others. I've marked them and sent them back to your email. Go take a look.